So, if you have experienced hopelessness or are feeling hopeless in different areas of your life, or maybe even one area of your life, this video is for you. First of all, that feeling of hopelessness, it feels very isolating. It feels very constricting. It feels for me, I experienced a lot of anxiety because I didn't want to feel that way, but I also felt trapped, I was in a box. And so it was almost like I was fighting, like my anxiety was telling me that I needed to fight or that I needed to flee, that I was in danger, whether that be physically, which it did come to a point for me, if you know my story, spiritually or emotional, death was close. And if you are in that place, I totally feel you. I totally know how constricting it feels. But what's interesting to think about is that if we have emotional trauma, if we have unhealed anxiety, then this feeling of hopelessness tends to kind of meet us where we are. For me, it really kept me very stagnant in my growth, in my relationships, in my, obviously my personal life, my professional life as well. Because what ended up happening for me is that I kind of resigned myself to that was all that I knew. Like that feeling of high anxiety all the time. And mind you, I got really, really, really good with operating even on a quote unquote successful level. On the outside, I looked happy, but on the inside, I felt like desperate hopelessness. And again, this manifested for me specifically in jobs that didn't fill me up with joy and deep fulfillment. This manifested for me in my biggest kind of learning relationship, in that I couldn't see myself. I was kind of backed into this corner where I couldn't see myself any other way. And that was hopeless for me. And what I want to tell you is that on the other side of being hopeless is space. Like I said, that anxiety that I felt put me in this really, really tight space of unlove. I didn't love myself, of a life that was miserable and unhappy. And I remember saying to myself, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. And it was infuriating for me because I kept quote unquote trying everything. And a lot of that was trying what other people told me I should do. Super frustrating. But what I didn't know now, or what I didn't know then, what I know now, is that there were deeper root cause issues that were keeping me in this environment of the box. Crappy relationships, not great boundaries with my family, in almost all of these kind of places where the energy was sucked out of me instead of filling me up. Obviously, low self-worth. What I know now and what I'm sharing with you is that there is a way to get to the other side of hopelessness. And that is healing that anxiety at the root cause, and not just treat the symptoms, but also stop it helps you stop being so reactive to your environment and actually be in a real environment that, like, where you are in control from an aligned perspective, from the inside. And then the outside of you, your relationships, your job, your self-love, the life that you love, and even learning how to actually, like, speak your truth, it happens naturally when you heal that part of you. Otherwise, you might be like me, which is going through like really high highs and really low lows. And so what the healing process does is it makes the highs higher and the lows get higher too. So you're really operating in this space of alignment, of true self, of self-love and self-worth, and everything else is really bonus. That's what I like to think of it, is bonus. Because we know, or at least I knew, eventually that my life, there was something was wrong and something had to change. And these are the words that would have really helped me when I was at that really desperate point of hopelessness, that I really hope helps you, is stepping into healing that emotional trauma and that emotional anxiety at the root cause so that you can create some space for hope and joy and love. It's possible, more than possible, if you're on that level. The Healing Circle Patreon community is open until the end of tonight. If you're ready to step into support, you don't know if one-on-one coaching is the right fit for you, there are 3 different tiers to choose from to just start wherever you are. $7, $17, $37. Are you kidding me? So I hope this helps you. I love y'all.